Allen Show.
Hey guys, this is the John Allen Show. Check out the website johnallenradio.com. It's Tuesday night. I said I would do a little show, a short show on Tuesday night, and that is definitely going to be the definition of the show is short. We're going to do a full show on Sunday, and kind of everything crashed around our feet. I don't think I've ever seen Paul, my producer, so stumped. I think it was probably just the computers here where I am, not where he is. But anyway, so we're going to do a short little show tonight, and I thought, we've got a bunch of new listeners. Let's get to know John. I mean, you hear me once a week, and I talk about politics. You don't know anything about me, and I won't bore you. I mean, we'll maybe be on for 10 or 15 minutes, but I told you on Sunday because of that disaster, I'd do a little show. I am excited about this kind of show. I mean, I don't have anything prepared. Normally I have, notes about different things. I've got stories, things that I want to talk about. Tonight I've got nothing in front of me. It's just me looking at the three computer screens, looking at Paul. Hey, Paul. So where do I start? I'm John. I started doing radio, if you will. I actually started out with a podcast probably about 2 years ago. It started out as a conservative talk podcast, and then I got picked up by a local radio station. It didn't last very long. It was kind of I don't know if you remember on Fox News, the Hannity and Colmes setup, where you had your token liberal and your token conservative, and they would debate the issues. Well, rather than us being on the air together, I had a conservative show, and then backed up to mine was a liberal show. And it didn't do too well, so they pulled it. I mean, what would you expect, though? It's a no-name radio station that probably gets about 50 listens a day because they play something. I think that they put a CD player on repeat. Somebody that I work with listens to that radio station, and I want to say it was probably February before they took the Christmas music off. So nobody listens to that station. Nobody listened to the show, so they went ahead and pulled it. We didn't get paid. It was basically just for experience and fun. I had a great time, but it didn't go anywhere. But so then I did another podcast, and I've always been fascinated by radio. One of my idols was Kid Craddock, who recently passed away. And I don't know what it was that was so fascinating, but I enjoyed listening to the show. First of all, it was entertaining, it was informative, but it was also, it was different, and it was because it was cheesy at times, but it was real. I made a connection with somebody who lived 5 hours away from me through the radio, and that struck me. On my bio on the website, I think I say something like it's striking to me how you can communicate on such a personal level with other people who aren't even in the same town as you, but in such a public forum. I know that the people that listen to this show, they connect with me at some point. Otherwise, they wouldn't continue coming back. Now, it doesn't have to be a good connection. I get regular emails from the same people telling me that I'm an idiot, that I don't know what I'm talking about, and the only reason that they listen to the show is to tell me that, which is fine. I mean, it's another notch on the listener total, but at some point I made a connection, and for me that's always been striking, like I said, but also it's become sort of a passion. I'm 26 years old, so I'm getting pretty old. And I have taken my time getting through school. I worked a full-time job, 40, 50 hours a week while I was taking a full-time load at work at school. So 12, 15 hours. And so it became a passion of mine and kind of a release for me. I mean, I didn't have a lot of time when I was working all those hours and going to school all those hours. I didn't have a lot of time to reflect on what was going on in current events, whether it be politics or just, day-to-day news. I was always so busy, and so whenever the show came about and I got this opportunity, I jumped on it because now, in order for me to be successful with the show, I have to stay engaged, and I love politics. It's fascinating to me how quickly politics of the day changes. I think we're probably going to see another shift. In 2008, we saw a huge shift to the left. I think we'll see a shift, maybe not a huge shift, but I think we'll see a shift to the right, just based on current events, just based on Obamacare, taxes, day-to-day satisfaction. Now, granted, the President of the United States and Congress don't touch everybody, and they don't touch their lives on a day-to-day basis, but the joy and the satisfaction that they get out of life will always, whether it's related or not to how the government's operating, it's always going to determine how the next election is going to come out, because people don't really pay attention that much. And to try and bring it back to track, that's kind of where I wanted to be. I wanted to be kind of the catalyst or the reinforcer of people's beliefs that this is the greatest country in the world, that liberal policies will destroy the greatest country in the world and are destroying the greatest country in the world. And if I could, with a crappy podcast or a crappy radio show, if I could at least reinforce that idea, get somebody thinking, get the conversation restarted, even if it's, on a college campus or in the break room at work or on a bus to wherever, I think it's important that conversation continue and in some cases restart. I think it's probably not hard to see and to realize that conversation's kind of stalled out. We're all tired. Everybody's just tired. Nobody wants to argue. I mean, the Bush years transitioning into the Obama years, it's been exhausting. But it's an important conversation, and I couldn't be more happy and more excited about being in the middle of it. So that's why I got into this. That's why I love politics so much, and that's why I mean, I don't know if this will go anywhere. I don't at this point care. What I can tell you is that I'm just having a great time. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of money, but I love it. And if it gives me a break from what I will call my big boy job, gives me a mental break from that, then I'll take it. Every now and again, you'll hear me talk about my big boy job. I work in the healthcare industry. I do actually love my job. I deal with the finances of a facility, and I love it. I get to spend a lot of time behind my desk, but the little time that I have interacting with patients and families and other vendors and providers, I really do enjoy it. I don't know if that's where my career or where I'm going to end up long term in that field. I mean, at this point, I'm not really interested in planning it out right now. I'm just I'm taking some time, essentially. I stop laughing at me. Paul thinks I'm a slacker. He thinks I'm a grade A slacker because it took me so long to get to where I am in school, and it's taken me so long to decide what I want to do. He's got it all figured out. He's got a wife and a kid and all that crap, and he's happy. I don't know what that is, except for a few hours a week I'm happy. Otherwise, I'm working. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not happy, but, I'm just busy. So that's a little bit about my professional life, my personal life. I am single. I am entirely too busy to even think about dating. My younger brother got married 2 weeks ago, and I got assaulted by my parents and my aunt and uncle and some other people, or my sister and her husband. When is Jonathan going to get married? John's not going to get married anytime soon. And one of my biggest things is I hate getting caught unprepared. I hate it. And so all I'm saying is I'd like to have a little money in the bank. I'd like to be a little bit prepared. Not a bad thing, but the consensus among people who are married and people who have children is that you'll never be at that point. There will never be enough money in the bank for your marriage. There will never be enough money in the bank for your children. And of course, at the rate that we're headed, that's probably true. But more than what I have would be acceptable to me. So, no marriage in sight. I have a dog. Her name is Abby. She's got to be the most spoiled dog in Texas. She doesn't. I don't carry her around in a bag or something, but she does get her way. She sleeps in my bed. I wash my sheets about 2 times a week because she sleeps in my bed. I don't have a social life because of school and work and this and my dog. More often than not, I blame the lack of a social life because of my dog or on my dog. So, let's see, where else? We covered the show. We covered professional, school, personal. A little bit about maybe my family. I'm number 3 of 4. I've got, I think, 7 or 8 or 9 nieces and nephews, and I really enjoy that because they can come spend time with me, or I go spend time with them. And when things get ugly, I can just go home, and it's just me and Abby, and it's great. I wouldn't trade that at this point for anything. Considering the lack of sleep that I get and how precious sleep has become to me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been about 15 minutes 12 minutes. If you have questions, just shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to correspond. If you have ideas about the show, where you'd like to see the show go, what you'd like me to talk about. I mean, I get some great feedback via the email and Twitter. And I'd like to see more of that. I mean, we're not set up for phone calls yet. I don't think that would be prudent at this point. But in the future, that of course that'll come around. I think the show's definitely, we're planning expansion. It's just making sure that when we do expand and we do take on another step, that we're prepared for it, and that we can meet the needs and demands of what that will take. So please shoot me an email. It's john@johnallenradio.com, JONALAN radio.com. Check out the website. It's pretty plain at this point, but that's also something me and Paul are working on updating. And the reason it's not where it used to be is because neither of us could spend the time that we needed to keep it updated and accurate. So, thanks for listening, guys. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. Let's hit that. We will be back on the air on Sunday at the normal time, 3 o'clock in the evening, afternoon, whatever that is. 2-hour show. If you have any comments or questions, shoot me an email. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday night. And we'll see you Tuesday. We'll see you Sunday. How about that?